Good morning. Welcome to Mondays with Marthie. I have three things I want to talk to you about today, and one thing is quitting, and I'm bringing my book, Do It or Ditch It. I love this book, and quitting, and the other thing is critical mass, and then are you ready for it? So what I want to start with is this week, something very interesting happened. It took me 7 years to get my first 5,000 friends on Facebook. I am a Facebook fan. And then I became full 5,000 friends. So I thought, well, will I start a new profile or what should I do? And then people said, no, start a new profile, start a new profile. And I did start a new profile. And within a week, I got 5,000 friends. And to me, this is very interesting because I do not know these people at all yet, but I plan to build a relationship, especially in February, because I'm writing songs and I want to meet new people, and that always bring new ideas. So for me, it's a very interesting thing. Be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. So I wanted lots of friends and people all over the world knowing me, and I want to take Born in Africa across the world to tour. And now I know a lot of people across the world, but I must tell you, there are very creepy people out there. So now I'm weeding out the ones I don't like, but I've met incredible people. And the one question that was, one offering that was on the table was saying, I wanted to quit what I was busy doing, and but I haven't yet. And then I said, no, don't quit. There's no such thing as quitting. And this is something I learned from Bev Jones's book. Oh, it's upside down. Because she says you have to try a lot of things to come up with the things that you actually value and that works. And then you take that and you expand it into a lot of things until you get to the stage where that one or two or three things that works for you emerges as the big backbone of what you are and what you are about. So it's not quitting, I call it evolving. You have to evolve. You must realize out of the 100 things that you want to do that you had on your list 10 years ago will narrow down to a couple of things that you're really passionate about. So quitting, no, it's just evolving and saying that didn't work, let's learn from the experience and move on. You can see I wrote my 3 points on my hand because last time I tend to forget it. So the second thing is critical mass. I think there's a critical mass for a lot of things, and you don't know when it is going to happen. So it's a matter of knocking on doors and finding the 1 millionth door that will open for you to make things possible. So one of the things that I discovered last year, I really worked hard to build relationships and infrastructure for things that I was envisioning, and I didn't always feel that people saw what I saw, and I just listen, let's just do it. So some of the things I did, for example, was to invest time in youth, and I helped the Voortrekkers, for example, to build visibility around their projects. And I got good news. I was going through my emails, and good news is that they actually got into one of the schools, and they're going to be offering their programs to the school as an after-school program. And I'm very excited about that. Now, I have to tell you that we were working towards this for a whole year. It didn't happen overnight. It took long, and now it's proof is in the pudding is to roll it out and see what works and what doesn't work. So sometimes when you have a plan, you must know that it's a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan, and you can't get excited because it's not happening today. Things take time. There's a critical mass of people that have to believe in it, that have to buy into it to make it possible. Another thing I was busy with the homeless, we taught them how to sing instead of busk. They live in Stellenbosch on the streets, and it's not always very beneficial for our image if we want tourists to come visit. So we took the time to teach them how to sing, and in that process I also asked them, what's your skills, what's your talents, and I used that to motivate them to do that. So the one guy was starting to draw pictures, fizzy, and the other guy was starting to make 10 angels out of recycled material, which is big, recycling. And the other lady, I knew she would do needlework and knitting and stuff like that. And I actually introduced her to a lady in my walkabout. and we started up the process of getting permits to run your own business, because everybody says, no, you should be an entrepreneur, but it's actually very difficult. And good news, Tuesday she got a job with a lady that I introduced her the first day with. So she's going to be doing needle work with this lady sewing. So it just shows you that critical mass. You never know who you pass, whose hand you shake, and what happens in that path. And then people come together. Sometimes you have to tell people what your vision, your road will look like together, and then later they will come on board. But you cannot force that process. It's a growth, it's not a building thing. So yes. And the last thing is, are you ready? Are you ready? So now I have 5,000 new friends. Some of them are creepy, so I'm going to unfriend them. But some of them are really, really nice people. Met this one guy that's in France, and he loves my music. So I hope to convert the people into friends. Some of the people have already shared my content, like Grumbly Tummies that I posted from Stellenbosch Feeding in Action. They feed 5,000 people a day. Somebody has already shared that content, and it's interesting, because what does viral look like? What does it look like when you have a world platform of people that believe in what you believe in? It's a growth process and building a relationship. So by the end of February, I hope to write a lot of new songs, have a new production ready, and my theme, I think, will be the lonely planet Earth, because I realize there's a lot of lonely people out there. And I feel maybe it's the neighbors not doing their job. You have to love your neighbor. But who's your neighbor? Is your neighbor your next door neighbor, or is it your neighbor that lives on the other side of the world? And what happens when people don't do their work in the communities that they are in, and then it leads to problems, So I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. So hopefully I will give you more information as we go on. But thank you very much for listening. You can subscribe, and please leave comments in the comment section about stuff you want me to talk about, and I'll let you know what's going on. I'm looking forward to that today. Hopefully we'll be making more music. Mondays are music days for me. So just to recap for you, quitting, there's no such thing as quitting. You evolve, and there's a critical mass to everything, and you have to wait, because you don't always know what stage that happens, the spillover. The last thing is, are you ready for it? So I hope that you're ready for your Monday, and I'll see you next week.